Good morning, guys. Hey, COVID-19 and 2020 have reared their heads again. So, after finding out that there was a case of COVID in Greencastle School Corporation, the corporation decided to go to e learning until the 6th of this month. What that's going to mean for us is that we can go back to Deer Meadow on the 8th. And this Sunday, we're going to be online only. Now, there are several variables that determine our ability to use the school. For instance, if you look at the Indiana COVID dashboard, as long as our community stays in the orange or tan or blue, we're able to continue to use Deer Meadow. However, there is the chance if our community turns to red, which is because of high positivity rates or a high percentage of our people have tested positive for COVID, then we may not be able to. But as of now, we expect that we will be able to return to Deer Meadow on the 8th. This Sunday, we're going to be online only. So for many of you, and if you're like me, this is kind of a frustrating part of this season. And you might be wondering, so what should we be doing? Number one, tune in Sunday morning. I really believe that this series on prayer is going to be so important to the next season of our church, that getting into God's word and into prayer are going to be really important part of 2021 and even the end of 2020. That it's an area that God is going to grow us as a church and grow us as individuals. So I would encourage you to tune in Sunday morning, whether on Church Online or Facebook or YouTube. And I would encourage you to make sure to gather the family around and make sure to join in that teaching. Number two, I would encourage you to be reading the U Version verse of the day. There is a verse of the day on the U Version Bible app, and there's a story that goes along with it that kind of leads you in a little devotion every day. As a church, we've been united in doing this together, and I would encourage you to continue doing that. That we would maybe be praying together because of that we would be thinking on the same lines because of those verses during this crazy season. I would encourage you to all be praying, specifically to be looking at the passage in Matthew chapter 6, verses 9 through 13, which is the Lord's Prayer, and begin to pray that prayer as we walk through this season as a church. Number four, I would encourage you to give generously. As we walk through this season, we begin to see needs in our communities, non-for-profits that are needing help. We see needs in our communities. Just this week, we were able to offer to purchase some books that were needed in classrooms. And just a couple weeks ago, we were able to help an elementary school create space for students to meet at a distance physically. And those are great opportunities for us. And I believe there's going to be continued need for that, as well as helping us continue the ministry of the church. And you have been really faithful in that, but I would encourage you to begin to pray about and think about how you might come along and support Bethel during this time. I would also encourage you to serve faithfully. Obviously, as we get back together, hopefully next Sunday, and know that even if Deer Meadow doesn't work next Sunday, we're going to try to gather again, because we miss each other and we need to be in community together as believers. But to serve faithfully. And so as we get back together as a church to kind of find a place to serve, a way to help, to fill in the gaps right now in the church during this season, I believe great days are ahead of us, and we just have to take it one day at a time, continue to move forward. And I want to encourage you to serve faithfully wherever you're at. To remember, every opportunity, every relationship, every position you are put in is an opportunity for you to show the world Jesus. I love you, Bethel. I can't wait to be back with you the 8th. Make sure you join me online this Sunday. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.